Hey everyone, Temporal here, and for this session we are reviewing a Bronze Reaper primarily. I think we're going to get some Hanzo as well. If you guys are enjoying the content, please do like and subscribe, as that helps me out quite a bit, and I really do appreciate it. Or if you are looking to get coaching yourself, you can join the Discord in the description below, see what rates look like, all that stuff. Oh boy. Oh boy. This isn't great. This isn't great. You do a very loud teleport. They can hear you. They can hear you. They might walk into this, but you are much more likely to get punished for this than vice versa. What if they just like come out of this door with a diva with her defense matrix and you do no damage, and then like you get flashbanged and fanned by a McCree or something like that. Like there are so many things that can go wrong here that you don't want to happen. This isn't really worth it. So like it's okay to lurk. Lurking is good, but you want to lurk in places where you can get out, where I'm not convinced a single Wraith is going to get you out. If you Wraith away from here, I'm not convinced you can get all the way out here, or you can get all the way out here without, say, a Diva being able to chase you, a Widow being able to headshot you after your Wraith ends before you've got really the cover you want. Like, yeah, you could probably do it, but this isn't really a good place for you to lurk. Literally their spawn door like this, not a good one. And any eliminations you do get, you've taken exactly 10 seconds away from them, assuming you get away with your life, because they're going to resurrect in 10 seconds. If you get an elimination on someone, say, over here, you've probably taken away a good 15, 16 seconds because they've got the 10 seconds in spawn plus the time to get back here. Probably even more than that. Here, very little reward for your risk.
3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Stop the payload.
Oof, ouch. Okay. Obviously a mechanical mistake. You meant to teleport farther away. Teleporting away when you're in the middle of danger like that isn't great, by the way. Your Wraith is your out. Your teleport is not your out. You do have a couple iframes, more than a couple, but you do have some iframes during your teleport, but you are not invincible during like your entire teleport, and it does hold you still, and holding you still makes it really easy for people as they get better to hit headshots on you. That was delayed. What, the shots? The teleport? I don't know. Am I commenting on it?
Allow me to repair the damage.
Repositioning.
Okay. Why? Shooting at the Ash. Incredibly. It was incredibly delayed. Yes. Clearly there's some very high levels of disc clear here. Happens. Bronze.
Allow me to repair the damage.
It's okay-ish. So this timing usually wouldn't be amazing. Like, you see your team is sort of backing out, backed up, which means all these guys can turn to deal with you right away. You'd usually like to engage on them when they're closer to your front line, just as a timing thing. It'll give you more time to do your work because they're distracted by fighting your front line. This is early. If they're aware, they could turn to deal with you right away, and there'd be very little punishment for them to do so. Okay, like, those aren't shots. I don't want to be too just like harsh, but yeah. Okay, here we are. That's a real shot at Deanna. I'm slowing this down, so this is easier. Don't get me wrong. Those aren't real shots. You're just holding down the button for those last couple shots there. You don't want to do that. You don't just hold down the button with Reaper. You do try to aim each individual shot. And with Reaper, because his weapon is, you know, an instant fire weapon, it's flick and hit, and flick and hit, and flick and hit. You flick your mouse to what you believe is going to be over their head, or in Reaper's case, more over their neck, their upper chest, etc. in most cases. And as you think you're crossing that upper chest neck area, you left click. So you're like, oh, and you left clicked on the way to your flick, and you left click on your way to the flick. It's not like try to aim and go do stuff. It's not hold down left click and drag your mouse around. It is flick, left click, flick, and left click, flick and left click. And you're trying to do that flick to the place. And if your mouse then keeps going, I don't even care. As long as you, as part of your flick, it probably won't because you'll probably go, hey, I'm doing this flick and I'm stopping it where I want it. But even if it keeps going, I don't care. The trick is to get your click as you flick across there or as you flick to there, either way. Okay. Now, again, there's nothing there. You're shooting at the cart. This is good. You've off-angled in a way that's threatening to them. Keep your cover. Keep your cover. Make them walk in a little. No, this was good. You don't need to teleport deeper.
Death comes.
You can get the first shot on him. You can. Ugh. Okay.
Move out.
Enemy is ready for more!
Helden sterben nicht. Till Valhalla.
Okay, so usually you'd use your teleport as your way back thing because your better ability of the two is your Wraith form. By far, your Wraith form is your better ability. So your I want to get back to the fight faster cooldown is your Shadow Step, not your Wraith form. You want to hold your Wraith form. It's the way better ability for getting out.
I require assistance.
You can do this. I don't love all this in the open teleporting you do because remember, you're not invulnerable the whole time, so people can just shoot at you when you show up in places. I really would have preferred you'd walk through here. This would be shorter sight lines, and you're a short-range hero. You have shotguns. You're a relatively short-range hero. You're a very short-range hero compared to most of the cast, so you want to be in places where the distances, the maximum distances someone could see you from are actually pretty short, because it means if you round the corner and someone's there, or if someone rounds the corner on you, you're immediately in a very effective range for you. Whereas out here, you're teleporting up here. Oh, look at how long these sight lines are. You can see all the way over there. You can see all the way over there. You can see over there. Like, we don't like this.
Death comes.
That's better. Why were you aiming for those 8 shots, but you weren't aiming for like half of your shots before now? Half of your shots is an exaggeration. For like 20 to 30% of your shots before now. And this isn't a you have bad aim issue. This is a you're just not trying to aim for some of your shots, and I can tell. So this is pretty powerful, as you've probably noticed. Lurking, playing from an off angle like this, lurking, and you get rewarded for it by immediately getting this Mercy who's not even looking at you, which is like great. This is exactly what you want. Now you need to be aware, hey, I'm at half health. I'm reloading. And you get slept. Okay, you get slept. We'll let it be. Didn't really want to cancel that Wraith. Like, he might be, he's not looking at me, I want to shoot at him. But you know that there's enemies behind you that could potentially do threatening things. You wanted to continue this Wraith and get this health back. Get yourself out of danger. You can't leave yourself in dangerous positions when your Wraith is over. Yeah, this is way too much shadow stepping. No, you don't get to do this. You don't get to do this. You don't just get to shadow step at enemies. You have to go, hey, I'm going through closed spaces. I'm using short range to get at people. I'm going through something like this that means they can't see me. There's this physical object between us, and then maybe I'll hop up this, hop up this, hop up this, and then aha, I'm in a fight with them at close range. You as Reaper can't just go, I'm going to teleport at you and trust that you can't hit me. Because even if that sometimes works now, as people get better, I promise you it won't. And I don't even think it's going to work that well now. Yeah, blah, I know. The health pack, the shadow step, it was painful. Okay. You're playing in Nuisance Bubble. You want to get to the right pretty quick here. You want to close the sight line. Good. And this is what I'm talking about. See, you've closed the sight line by getting behind this to continue fighting this Reinhardt. That means that they can't shoot at you. And then when you come back, you could maybe teleport up to here, or you could walk through here where you're working on shorter sight lines. Walk through here and then come out and fight here, or walk through here and hop up and then walk over here and shoot him in the head. Those are the things you want to look to do. No! We're not looking to go back on this. This is a longer sight line that they can see us the whole time. It's a longer sight line, which is bad for our effective range compared to the Ashe, compared to the Ana. But also, this is the direction that the opponents were looking. You don't want to walk at the opponents from the direction they're looking. You want to walk from a direction that they aren't, because then it's going to take them more time to react. They're not already going to be resting the crosshairs on you. That Sigma ability actually absorbs your shots, so you want to be a little careful about doing it into him. It works in that case because you've got other people.
Reality bends to my will.
You gonna go get the health pack? You need to know where the health packs are. There's one right here. That won't get you all the way up, but it's worth doing. Okay. Fine with me.
Let me get you patched up.
Thanks.
You know Wraith form. You know you can't hurt him when he's Wraithing. Don't you dare get eliminated. Close the angle. Mercy was not able to heal you enough. Like, you don't want to make your Mercy work that hard. Why are you peeking back out here with less than half health? That Bob isn't even close to eliminated. It's not like, oh, I just need 2 more shots or something. You're demanding that your Mercy keeps this tether on you when it's not even enough.
Till Valhalla.
You'd have liked to let your Winston push out first. Breath doesn't really work if you ended in just as aggressive a position. Okay. Again, Wraith is your escape. You need to be thinking, how can I end my Wraith in a safe place? Not, how can I go, hey, let me part way out and then try and teleport out. Teleport is to help you take flanks. It's to help you go, hey, between fights, let me get up to here. Hey, between fights, when the opponents are over here, let me teleport from here into here, where I've sort of got cover the whole time with the teleport. It is not to let you try to run away with Shadow Step. It's not a good ability for that. And it's literally not going to work past bronze. Like, it's literally not going to work past bronze.
This is my curse.
That wasn't melee range, though, Blah. That's not a shot. Better.
This is my will.
Okay, so you either need to decide that you're going to just reset off the edge, or you need to hide and wait and hope that they forget about you. I don't know why they would forget about you in this situation, but they might. So you could hop off the edge and wait, or you could like hide back here and wait until your team is ready to engage with them. This is what we were talking about on first point, where you're going to get the most work done if you attack from them from behind while they're busy fighting your team. These 4 are not remotely, or 5 are not remotely busy fighting your team. Not remotely. Nope. You've just created a 5v1. And that's basically exactly what we expected to happen, except you should have been eliminated. The Mercy was always going to get help from Miranda. The Reinhardt was always going to be able to throw a fire strike at you. The Ashe was always going to look to start to shoot you. The Sigma was always going to start shooting you, and here we go. You tried to engage 1v5. That's what you did. That's what you expect to happen every time when you engage 1v5. You have to look at, is my team a credible threat? You don't have to trust your teammates. You don't have to think your teammates are good at the video game. You don't have to think that your teammates can go 1-for-1. You just have to be like, hey, my teammates literally provide some level of distraction while they're fighting. Even if I think they're going to get melted in 0.2 seconds, well, that's 0.2 seconds of time that I can fight the opponents that they won't fully be paying attention to me. He's not the best hero for that. This is sort of what we've been talking about. That's good. You don't really want to be thinking hard about Sigma when you Blossom. You don't want to be like, oh, Sigma's the person I really want to get with my Blossom when he still has his shift left. And his shift is the ability where he puts the swirly ball out in front of him. That'll just absorb a bunch of damage unless he gets stunned out of it. So you actually are just giving him a bunch of temporary health unless you're getting other people eliminated with the Blossom or you're using it on him when he doesn't have that shift available because it's on cooldown. You got the Mercy. And then you were basically able to wraith out. Close the angle, shift left. No. You have to step left. You have to step left so that these guys can't see you. You can keep shooting at the Reaper, but you have to do it from here because you don't have any health, where you have this physical object between you and the other team. You can't just do it out here in the open. This is a long sight line. We don't like those. We want to step just one more step to your left, and then even if we're shooting Reaper from a little further away than we would like, still better than getting shot in the back. Us getting shot in the back, that is. Okay.
Is approaching its destination. This time, I'll finish the job. Repositioning.
No. You can't teleport to here. This is way too aggressive. You could have maybe justified a teleport to here because they'd have trouble getting up here. Yeah, you could have justified a teleport up to here because they have trouble getting up here. You can't teleport to here. They get to shoot you first. Like, they get to do damage. They should easily crush you from this. And you can't guarantee that your team is just going to hard run at the enemy team if they turn to deal with you teleporting. Teleport is not an offensive move. You can set up with teleport between fights from safe place to safe place. You can't use teleport to go, I teleport into the enemy's face. No. Oh my. Your Mercy being eliminated is your fault. Like, it's her fault for choosing to try to save you, but she's 100% eliminated because she tried to save you because you had just done something so foolish. Like, this is all downstream of this teleport. This teleport was unacceptable. Your Mercy knew that you were going to be in loads of trouble and came over to try to heal you. Like, that... It's a mistake on her part to try to save you, but she just got herself eliminated while she had her Velt going, trying to save you. And again, it's her fault that she got eliminated. I'm not gonna say, oh, this all falls on you. She controls her hero. She could have written you off, but this is the sort of thing where you have to realize that you didn't actually get out of this situation scot-free. Your Mercy just went down instead of you, and you still are probably gonna go down. I just want you to recognize that there was a consequence for your actions, even if you didn't immediately feel it. Little indecisive, and yeah, you can't use that to get out. That's why you can't be indecisive with your Wraith, because you don't then get to Shadow Step afterwards. With your Wraith, you have to have gotten your back behind this. You have to have gotten behind this. You have to have gotten in here where you can get the health pack.
sterben nicht.
Okay, what do we got? Good? Absolutely. I don't know why she's not paying attention to you, but hey, she's gonna get eliminated now. Cool. You can happily take the tank out. Not sure why you're wraithing. You weren't actually under that much pressure. You were missing health, but you weren't actually under that much pressure. Yeah, this is where we're getting a little loose with our aim again. It's a real shot. That's less of a real shot. That's not a real shot at all. Sort of. Okay, I'll count some of those. It's real. Still not a thing. Still not a thing. You don't teleport at Annas. You don't teleport at heroes like that. You find ways to use shorter sightlines. And your way to use shorter sightlines right now would be, oh, I'm going to use this. I'm going to use this. I'm going to get in here. I'm going to go here. I'm going to go here. I'm going to go here. Aha! And I've shown up on your doorstep, and I didn't have to walk through or teleport through this giant sightline.
Repositioning.
Panic ulted that. Yep, little bit. It's fine. Okay, turn around. Tuck right. Okay.
Helden sterben nicht.
Yeah, you had to go to point. You still had Wraith. You could have stalled point with both your life and with Wraith. If you're invincible, you know, like, that matters. You had Wraith. Getting to point was easy for you.
Switching sides.
Okay, so definitely got some things to work on. I think you're going to stay Reaper here. Thing that's definitely jumping out at us the loudest is you're way too willing to use, well, you use Shadow Step wrong. Shadow Step is not to Shadow Step onto your enemy's faces. That's not what it's for. Shadow Step is very much to go, hey, I am Shadow Step is much more of a, I am returning to the fight from spawn. Let me use a Shadow Step. Shadow Step is much more of a, hey, between fights, let me use this to get someplace that I usually couldn't. Or a, hey, we're sort of in the middle of the fight. We're sort of in the poke phase. Let me use this if I'm here and the opponents are here and I have cover like this and there's somewhere over here that also has cover against them. I can just Shadow Step across to this cover. And then I'm safe, and I'm closer to the opponents, where I can then go around to get on the shorter sight lines to fight them. That's what Shadow Step is for. Shadow Step is not to go, hey, I Shadow Step from here to my opponents, or here to right behind my opponents. Nope, not going to work. That's not going to work. That's not how you can use Shadow Step. You will get punished for that. You are not invulnerable. You lock yourself in place, and you are not invulnerable the whole time. And you will get shot at, and you are pretty loud, and people know what you're doing. You're not as loud as you used to be, but you are pretty loud, and people know what you're doing. They will turn and deal with you. That's the first thing I want you to work on. The second thing I want you to work on is your engagement timings. You had some okay lurks, and you had some pretty cool, hey, I'm behind the opponent stuff completely. And that's good, but I want you to engage from the I have a real flank on my opponent when your team is a real threat. So engagement timing is everything when it comes to playing a DPS. Like, is my front line actually fighting them? Yes, I will happily engage. Is my front line twiddling their thumbs over here while their front line is over here? I am not going to engage them because 5 people will turn to deal with me. And even if they're slow to turn to deal with me because it's bronze, you know, that's okay because I'm bronze 2 and my aim is bronze and I don't instantly delete people. So we still want to go, hey, this team is credibly distracted by my team. Maybe that's my Reinhardt is swinging at theirs. Maybe that's my Ashe just threw a TNT into theirs. Maybe that's my Winston just jumped on them. But like my team is a credible threat to the people or to the group that I'm trying to bother. So engagement timing. Thanks for jumping in to say hi, Carolina. Okay, so those are the two things I want you to work on with your Reaper. Those are going to get you the most value. I would like you to have better plans on how you get out with your Wraith. I would like you to be a little more disciplined with your aim. Again, that's not me caring that your aim is bad. That is me caring that I can see some shots, especially at the beginning of the match, that you're just not trying to aim for. Yes, I can recognize it. I can recognize when you're trying to aim or not. I can. The beginning of the match, you had a real issue with that. But that mostly went away as the match went on, so that's fine. We're going to let it go. You should be aware of that. You should try to be more disciplined about it, but the other two things are going to get you more bang for your buck. So let's focus on those. Now let's see how your Hanzo works.
I grow tired of waiting.
You know, I'm very curious how people in Bronze play hit scan. We'll see. We'll see.
1. Attackers in.
This is Hanzo, so Hanzo scan. Okay, you checked there. Reasonable. Reasonable Sonic. He wasn't likely to go back that way, but okay. Okay, you're advancing. Oh!
I could use some assistance.
Marked by the dragon.
This will restore you.
You're trying to lead. Your predictions aren't great, but you are trying to lead, so I can't really get upset. Yep. You hit a shot, then you go for your storm.
Till Valhalla.
Oh no.
My warrior spirit.
Okay. I didn't like that, and the reason I didn't like that was actually a mistake. I know it's annoying, and you're like, I just want to finish them off, I just want to win. But, like, you have to look at this and be like, hey, if he lasts long enough, and if I don't hit him quickly enough, he's going to flashbang and eliminate me. And there's really just nothing to really begin. Like, if you drop, yes, you're a little more likely to get the elimination, though quite a bit more likely to get eliminated yourself. But you were perfectly happy to go, hey, I can keep shooting you from up here, and if I can't shoot you from up here, it's because you've backed up. And if you've backed up, that means my team can pretty easily win this 5v1 v Rein, and then win this 5v1 or 6v1 now versus Sigma. So, like, he's not a big threat. You've taken care of enough people. This is fine. You can even be like, I'm just going to close this angle and shoot at the Rein from here if you want. You could even stand over here and shoot at Rein. Like, that would be fine. This, if he gets flashback, you're eliminated. If he doesn't get flashback, you still might get eliminated. Yeah.
My warrior spirit.
Okay. Could have storm arrowed that last one, but that's okay.
See through the dragon's eyes.
I really would have preferred you'd held that Sonic Arrow. I also would have preferred you'd used a Sonic Arrow as that in that long previous fight to watch one of your flanks, but not a real threat. Okay. Why is your crosshair here? Why is your crosshair here where he can't possibly appear, as opposed to up here at the height where his head will be if he peeks this? See what I'm saying? Like, I don't want your crosshair to just rest here. I want your crosshair to rest here-ish, where his head will actually be if he comes running out here. That's what I'm looking for. That's where you should be resting it, and even if you're wrong, and even if he darts right past it, etc., it's a smaller and easier flick to hit the shot than it is from here. Okay, I can live with that. But look at that. Good. I'm going to slow this down to show you something. You go down there. You go up there. Why did you go up there? Again, the place that Soldier was going to appear is right here. You'd have a headshot if you'd crosshair placement been here. I don't mind that you actually went down there to go check, that you did get the warning that he was peeking and you could have flicked back up faster. But your flick back up should have been over to here, not over to here. And it doesn't have to perfectly be on his head. Like if your flick had been to here, I wouldn't have been upset. If your flick had been to here and it had been a little too far, I wouldn't be upset. If your flick was over to here, I'd have a problem because there can't be a shot there. But like you want to be going, hey, this is where my crosshair should be. This is where I should be trying to flick to. And the flick can be hard. That can be a mechanical prowess thing where, hey, it's hard. I have to practice that. But crosshair placement, that's not a mechanical thing. Or if it is, you need to change your sensitivity so that you can put the mouse where you want it when you're not under pressure. Like you have to be able to do that. When you're under pressure, when you need to do it fast, it's a little bit trickier. But you do want to just have your crosshair rest here. Again, I don't mind that you went down here because nothing was going on up here, but it should have just been resting here or even here.
Protect.
Mm-hmm. Why are you aiming at the wall? Aim your crosshair over here. And as you move your body, you can still move your mouse to keep the crosshair here. You should be able to go, I can move with WASD, whatever, however I want, and still keep my crosshair right here on this spot while I'm moving my movement keys all around. I know how my movement keys move me, and I can still keep my crosshair pinned to this spot where his head will show up. If you can't yet do that, you need to go practice doing specifically that. And you don't need to practice that in FFA. You don't need to practice that in custom games. You need to practice that in the training room or in literally the hero select screen before matches. You need to be going, let me practice being able to hold my crosshair still while I move around. And that might be I go like this and back, and this and back. That might be a more wobbly thing where you intentionally are changing your distance and changing the size of your arc. Because if you just hold left and right while trying to hold your crosshair on a spot, you're going to end up doing little circles like that. So then you're going to change the size of the little half moons that you end up doing intentionally. But you have to be able to hold your crosshair on one spot while moving, even if you mix in crouches and jumps. Don't mix in many jumps, but yeah. Again, I don't want you holding it on the wall. I want you holding it on the edge where he's going to appear. Even if him appearing is a result of you moving to make him appear. No, undo that Sonic. I don't mind shooting at him, but undo the Sonic. Because that Sonic, you don't need information from this arrow. You need to shoot him with this arrow. Undo the Sonic so you actually hit him. Nope. It's not how that works. Your dragon is going into the ground. Sad dragon. Bye-bye.
It appears we have suffered a minor setback.
Dragon stirs within me.
Get into position.
Why are you holding your crosshair so far away from him as you charge up your shot? You just tried to aim with your A key rather than moving your mouse.
See that which is
That's not the Sonic. If you want to send a Sonic, you're going to end up sending a Sonic like over here, so it gives you information over here. You're not going to send the Sonic there. And if you were going to send the Sonic there, you'd send it deeper there so it got that door better. But it still will get a little of that door. That, again, regular arrow. Don't bother. I promise you, you do not have the aim to take out Valking Mercies. And this is not a you. This is not me bashing your aim. People in bronze, people in silver, people in gold do not have the aim to reliably take out Valking Mercies. They might, however, have the consistent enough damage to take out the target that is getting healed 60 health per second. So they might take out something that is getting healed. They're not going to take out a Mercy that has any ability to use their Valk for movement at all. Like, she might not have any. She might just be like, nope, I just move in straight lines. But between her health regen and the extreme mobility that Mercies get when they're Valking, they're not worth shooting at until you get to a much higher level. Not like, oh, your aim needs to be a little better. Like, until you and your team are meaningfully better, like multiple ranks better, just don't bother. Like, shoot at what she's healing instead, or shoot at, the thing she thinks she needs to be healing instead. Okay, well, if she's getting stuck in the grab for you, you can headshot her. I take it back. If you wanted to throw a sonic arrow at this wall to tell you what's here, that would be okay, and it would probably scare the bejesus out of that Anna if she realized it too. Okay. It's not great from an engagement timing standpoint. Like, you're using your ult when it's really just you and Mercy and there's 4 of them. You're probably not going to win that fight. You probably would prefer to have your ult from next fight, but I'll deal.
I'm taking care.
30 seconds remaining.
Our time runs short. We must increase our efforts.
See through the dark. We cannot stop now. Move the payload. I am moving to
My will.
I excited the enemy.
10 seconds.
my sights.
We can talk about the direction you engaged from, how you came through here rather than getting back up on this high ground that was powerful. But really what we need to do for you is we need to talk about aim, and we need to prescribe you some aim drills. So what's going to help you most, and I think you're going to free fall a bit. I think this is like a 1300 game, and if this is your usual performance level, I think your SR is probably going to be going down a bit. That's not me trying to be mean. That's probably just the reality. I'm trying to give it to you straight so you don't super tilt when you lose some more SR here. Because if this is an average performance for you and not a poor performance for you on both of these heroes, 1300 usually looks a little bit better than this. So, the game likes to start people sort of in a middling SR and then over time adjust them. And, unless we make some changes, we're going to see you going down. And we're going to make some changes. I'm here to help. We're going to make some changes, but you're probably, even with those changes, what these changes are going to do is they're going to slow the fall. So you're going to stabilize, instead of stabilizing down at 800, 900, we're going to hope you stabilize around 1100, 1200, something like that before we right the ship and go the correct direction. So what we're looking to do with this is we need to work on mechanically how you play this game, and specifically what I want you to do is 2 things. The 2 things these are mostly for your Hanzo, though they'll end up helping your Reaper too. We already talked about Reaper specific things. You can't just teleport into people. You can't just you want to get out with your Wraith. You want to play in closed spaces. We gave you some stuff to work on for your Reaper. I'm going to give you stuff to work on for your Hanzo that is specifically aim related, and I'm not just going to say aim better. I'm going to be more specific than that, as you can probably tell, because I have been throughout the video. But what we're looking at here is I want you to go into the training room, and I want you to literally work on, can you am I just going to do this myself? No, I'm not. So I want you to go into the training room, and I want you to find a little robot with his red eye, and I want you to just keep your crosshair on the center of his red eye as you move around. You're going to move left to right. You're going to do it at different distances, and you are going to hold your crosshair steady on him. Steady on him as you move left and right at different distances. And I want you to do that until you're very comfortable doing that. It's not going to take you very long. And if it's like really hard, it'll be hard at first, but if it continues to be really hard, you're probably going to need to play with your settings. And there's better guides on how to get your mouse settings right. Like, you can do a little bit of research and find one of those. Maybe someone in chat will link one that they think is good, but like, what you're looking at here is you need to be able to comfortably do that. And like that is a drill that you can do yourself that you will get much better returns on improving at Overwatch from than just playing the game right now. So like doing a little bit of that, maybe you have to do that for half an hour to get it right. Maybe you do that for half an hour for a month to get it right. Maybe after you do it once for half an hour, you can then just do it for 10 minutes a week. Maybe once you do it for 10 minutes, it just sticks and you never need to do it again. I don't care, but that needs to be something that you do until you can be like, nope, I can hold my crosshair steady on a target like that. That's going to be your first step. Your next step is going to be, hey, I am holding my crosshair intentionally. Now that I can hold my crosshair steady, I am putting my crosshair on Hanzo on places where I expect people to show up because I'm an archer, I'm a sniper, I lob logs at people, and I know where they're going to be. I'm not just spamming randomly. I'm spamming in places where heads are likely to appear. And I'm not even spamming. I'm actually just holding the arrow, and then when your head is appearing, I'm releasing the arrow. So I want you to intentionally hold your crosshair at places where people are going to appear. That doesn't mean you just AFK holding your crosshair here the whole time. You can absolutely go, hey, I was holding this, now I'm holding that, now I'm holding that, now I'm holding that. Oh, someone showed up from there, let me start shooting at them, etc. That's fine, but if there's no one there, you're pre-resting your crosshair in the place you expect there to be danger. If you're walking through here and you're going, oh yeah, I'm just walking through, as you turn the corner, you're pre-holding your crosshair at the place as you turn the corner where it's going to be useful to you. So you don't just go like, oh yeah, let me turn, let me look up, or oh, let me look at the daisies, go look like that. It's, hey, I round this corner, and I round this corner in such a way where my crosshair is immediately at the right level to be aiming at the target. That's what I want you to do. That's going to help your Hanzo the most, but it's going to help you in general with your aim across all of the Overwatch heroes. And it is going to be more useful to you than playing the game. And while it might not be as fun as playing the game, it shouldn't take that much investment to get to a level where you can do that, and it is going to make playing the game after you've done that so much more fun when you have just a little bit more crosshair control than you currently do. Okay. If you guys have questions, comments, anything like that, throw them up in the comments now. If you guys are enjoying the content, please do like and subscribe, as that helps me out quite a bit, and I really do appreciate it. Or if you were just enjoying the content, please do like and subscribe below. That really helps me out, and I really do appreciate it. And I do want to be clear, like I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not being like, oh, you're terrible. How could you be this bad? I know I probably came off as a little harsh, harsher than you might have expected in a VOD review here. I'm telling you this stuff because it really can make you better, and I really am trying to put the adequate amount of emphasis behind, please go do this thing to work on this specifically. Like, please do go work on this. That's why I'm being harsh here, because you are going to enjoy the game so much better after you go do this. Okay. Okay, cool. So, and then comment-wise, from Marius, we have, hey, coach, a mate said you were a super good coach. When you are done with this fella, do you have time to maybe for me? I'm a gold TPS. Sorry to interrupt your coaching. I feel bad for new players. A mate of mine just started Overwatch, did placements with me, got low plat, and now is falling to bronze. How much helping with tips and tricks. That wasn't harsh enough. Okay, blah. I know. But he's bronze. Like, I would have flipped the bejesus out on this if this was a GM, a Masters, a Diamond player, but this is bronze. We level our expectations a bit. We don't want this to... Yeah, okay. Yeah, anyway. So... Marius, I can probably do a review for you. I do this as a paid service like this. I do some stuff for marketing, etc., but I do mostly do this as a paid service. If you want a review, you can either see my rates in the Discord, and you can go, hey, I want to do this, and that's no problem whatsoever. Or if you're really looking for a freebie here, there's two ways you can potentially get those. One is in my Discord. There's the freebie hopeful section, which I'll probably get to in a couple days. Probably won't do it tonight, but I'll probably get to it in a couple days. But if the patch wipes it out, the patch wipes it out. If I've done freebies for you before, I probably won't do another freebie for you. The freebie is, a teaser, a sample service, etc., as well as marketing. The other way is to make it more marketing based and just throw something up, being hopeful for a review on the Overwatch University subreddit, and I may pick it up, but again, definitely no promises there. It's not like I get everything that goes there by any means. But Marius, yes, I do have PayPal. That's fine. So I'll join the Discord and just post in the coaching request section, and I'll message you right after this, and then we'll arrange, and then I'll hop in and do a review for you. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm not gonna give you mail, but if you hop into Discord, it's literally right there, and I'll send you a message on Discord with the PayPal information. Okay. Sounds good. And I think we've done what we needed to for this guy. Thanks, guys. Temporal out.